Hello, hello. Hope everybody is doing well. Today we are properly jumping into Final Fantasy XIV like we would have done yesterday, but some IRL stuff came up and demanded my attention. So everything got pushed back a little bit. So today we are hopping in, finishing the current Relic grind, and checking out Little Ladies Day. So let's... What? What is this? Oh, one moment. Okay, there we go. Not sure what that was. VTube Studio opened 2 windows. Wonderful. Opened 2 windows and picked the one that wasn't working. Good job, OBS and VTube Studio. Wonderful. That said, let us begin. But yes, I hope y'all have been doing well. And we hit 150 followers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And it is busy because of Little Ladies Day. There's a lot of people waiting by the stage. There we go. What can I do for you? Why, if it isn't Endrin, 'tis my great pleasure to welcome you to this year's Little Ladies Day festivities. Have you partaken in this year's concerts yet, my friend? The Songbirds and the Seneschal Prince are, as ever, our shining stars on stage, and they have been practicing oh so diligently for this event. My, how marvelous! What seasonal sensations! The Songbirds and Seneschal Prince's performances have propelled their popularity to a fever pitch. Their economic exploits have defied every expert's expectations. As they balance billions of gil in gains, the masses cannot help but contemplate, why do folks flock to them? What forces drive this formidable fount of funds to flow? Forgive me my raunchous rambling. I am Dural Thural, renowned reporter for the Mithril Eye. I kinda had a feeling that it was someone from the Mithril Eye. Or some other reporter. The way that they were talking. I mean to gather information on these prominent performers and pen a piece for our next publication. I could scarcely ask for a more perfect opportunity for promotion. Where the Mithril Eye goes, fame and prestige are bound to follow. The Songbirds and the Seneschal Prince will be thrilled to hear of this. 1,000 thanks. Then, without further fanfare, I shall solicit the citizens of the city-state for their feedback. Though, now that I think on it, my tendency to focus on the financials might poison the piece's perspective, so to speak. An objective observer would be ideal. Like, say, a passing adventurer. Why, yes, your impartial input would be naught but of benefit. Permit me to brief you on our performers, then. The knowledge will doubtless prove a useful reference for your upcoming report. The Songbirds. I shall begin with the Songbirds, the pride and joy of Little Ladies' Day. Our talented trio consists of Ulala, dressed in crimson. Then we have Narumi, clad in yellow, and of course, Masha. Oh god, I'm gonna butcher that last name. Masha Makarakara, donning blue. We're just moving on. They have come far from their humble beginnings, and their tireless efforts have recently borne fruit. Of late, their concerts have taken the realm by storm, winning countless new fans across Eorzea. And 'twould be remiss of me not to mention Pycat, our dashing seneschal prince in violet. He is the newest addition to our lineup, and a rising star in his own right. He stole many a heart last Little Ladies' Day. I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Pardon me. They inspire one another as well as their crowds in equal measure. Their musical prowess is as fresh. Pardon me. Their musical prowess is as a fresh spring breeze, breathing new life into the celebration as we know it. This year, we shall be outfitting concert attendees with a unique line of themed apparel and illuminations for the occasion, complete with matching colors for each member of our merry band. So, you appeal to all audiences, allowing spectators to support their favorite singer. A sound strategy. Meanwhile, your prize performers pinpoint their most passionate fans in the process, making for a more memorable experience. With that, I believe I have enough to embark on our excursion. When you are set to search the city for some tried and true testimonials, simply say the word. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin. Let the collaboration commence. To begin, I suggest we search away from the stage so as not to startle any spectators. Perhaps we might pursue possible leads near the perimeter of the Gate of Naud. We need but seek out and speak to those in songbird and seneschal shirts, shall we? All right, he's following us. See if we can ditch him. Is there any place that we walk to have a conversation with him? No. Let's see here. Keen to learn about our favorite songbird, you say? Well, we're here. We here are the Ulala faithful. Gods, where do I even begin? Her presence on stage is second to none, and her warm smile can melt even the coldest hearts. She may be small, but the power in her voice more than makes up for it. And that's to say nothing of her passion for her fans and the music. It's why she dons such a fiery red hue. Dons such fiery red hues. I speak for us all when I say we'd do most anything for her if she asked with that winsome little smile of hers. Winsome little smile of hers. So your small yet esteemed singer's stunning stagecraft stirs your sentiments. You say, duly noted. I suppose I could sympathize. Alright, here's Mesha. You're interviewing folks for a piece on the songbirds and the Seneschal Prince. Oh, I'd love to participate. I'm a Misha fan, through and through. She has the most amazing voice, and there's something about the way she dances that really speaks to me. You can tell she puts pride into every facet of her performances, and it never fails to take my breath away. In fact, her dedication inspires me to be more mindful in my day-to-day living. Even with something as simple as descending the stairs, I'll often find myself thinking, I must be careful. Misha needs me. Masha needs me. Speaking of dedication, I hear Masha's coming up with one of the limited time dishes being served at the Quicksand. We ought to sample it for ourselves. So, Misha's perseverance provides a particular sense of purpose past performances, extending into the everyday. Fascinating. All of it. With that, I assume we've accounted for all the aficionados in the area. However, if that Misha fan tells it true, those seasonal songbird snacks are bound to bring multitudes to Mistress Momodi's establishment. Come, let us continue our queries at the Quicksand. All right. Oh, a concert. Ah, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Oh, the music's great. That's actually really great music. I like it a lot. I don't have access to the things they want us to do just yet, but because we did have the glow sticks before, just not the purple one yet. That's cool. Ah! I see. Everybody could transform during that. Okay. Let's head on in. Ah, you're reporting for the Mithril Eye, are you? What? There was a fate? Yeah, I didn't have the stuff necessary because I didn't complete the quest yet. But if you participate with using the glow sticks, you can participate in the fate fully. It's a full-on concert this year for Little Ladies' Day. It's really cool. And the music isn't bad either. Nah, you're reporting for the Mithril Eye, are you? Well, as you've doubtless ascertained, I am one of Narumi's fans. Though she may be the most demure of the three songbirds, she harbors a quiet strength and endless compassion that we cannot help but cherish. Ah, something I forgot to do. There we go. She approaches her art so delicately, so exquisitely, that it feels as though she is speaking to all of her fans as individuals. It compels us to support her in her every endeavor, that she might always know happiness in the spotlight. So Narumi employs a subtle yet sincere approach, imagining such a saintly smile on stage. Why, I could certainly see the appeal. Yeah, Little Ladies' Day is effectively Oshi Day. Asking about the stars of Little Ladies' Day? Well, you've come to the right place. Most folks are head over heels for the songbirds. But I've only got eyes for Pycott. His debut last Little Ladies' Day really won me over. As Seneschal Prince, he takes it upon himself to treat his fans like royalty. I had another thing from my childhood pop back into my head during work today. Oh. This time it was Shark Boy and Lava Girl. The Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie, I suddenly remembered. Yeah, I remember that. He's incredibly handsome, of course, but his honeyed words and that sweet little smirk are the highlights of his every show. Would that he could be my prince every day. Oh, and when you shine his violet illumination in the crowd, he does notice, even if you're in the very, very back row. Last Little Ladies' Day, he winked in my general direction, and, well, even if he didn't actually wink at me, I'd like to believe it was so. The mere thought of Pycott's past productions is enough to make most fans swoon, a true testament to his talent. And if the rumors are true, he strives to serve all his fans, be they lads or little ladies, which means there's hope yet that I too could be a princess under his sovereign smile. Ahem. As assumed, our performers possess a fiery fan base. With this wealth of wisdom, I am well prepared to write. But one thing struck me as strange. While we were wandering, I espied an elegant young lady surveying the songbirds and Seneschal's stage from afar. I also managed to find a fun match in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel yesterday. Oh, nice. Very nice. I am interested in interviewing her as well, if she is so inclined. Shall we sally forth and see what she says? Here we go. Why, if it isn't the kindly adventurer from seasons past, 'tis I. Oh, I hope that the... Aldea... Eldithia Thorn. God damn, some of these names. You've been well, I trust. There's been a short event in that game where the rules of the event require you to play with cards that were around during 2012. That's interesting. Huh. Such serendipity, a scion of the honored House Thorn. I had heard that your house had contributed a substantial sum in support of these festivities. Come to celebrate and see the show, I gather? I played with one of the pre-built decks at first, but I ended up using my own Blackwing deck later on. Very nice. Very nice. Indeed, on behalf of House Thorn, and out of my own curiosity, I wish to behold the annual concert with my own eyes. 'Tis heartening to know the annual performances have blossomed into such a passionate showcase of song and dance. Would that I could join the audience and show my own support. Which I believe was one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes that actually saw competitive success. Very cool. Very cool. One moment. I do not know too much about the competitive scene of Yu-Gi-Oh! But that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Though you are hale enough to travel this day, I must advise against it, my lady. You cannot risk worsening your condition. And I wasn't the only one who decided to run Black Wings during that event, because my favorite match during that was against another Blackwing player. Oh, cool. It's like, yes. How dare you make me bleed my own blood. And I remember this character now. She was like, in the past, she was like very, very sick, like almost terminally ill kind of sick. Alas, it is as Rodolph says, I've not the strength to sway to the rhythm and jump about as I please. But from this vantage point, I can at least gaze upon the stage and the audience from afar. A rather enlightening experience, all told. Even from this distance, it is easy to tell how much the performance means to all of them, how joyful they all are. Now, being forced to watch from a distance can be agonizing. I understand it well. I dare say their energy is contagious. That hee-hee, I didn't read it as hee-hee, I read it as or the frog. Or the frog meme. Delight and devotion take many forms. If these crowds can find happiness by supporting their beloved singers, if we can garner their interest in this holiday, but even for a fleeting moment, then I could ask little else. A poignant point you make, my lady, and it's as you have ascertained. All who answered our inquiries delighted in describing their preferred performers, each selecting to celebrate in their own way. There is no correct answer as to how to celebrate the season, for only together could they make Little Lady's Day the fine festival it has become. Such is likely a significant source of its singer's success. Must thank you thoroughly for your thoughtful theories. It shall serve as a fine addition to my article. This motherfucker and his alliterations. What made that match really funny to me... Pardon me. What made that match really funny to me was the fact that turn 1, I ended my board with an XYZ monster named Utopia. I had that one. Who can negate up to 2 attacks and has 2,500 attack. Then my opponent summons a Blackwing monster with only 1,800 attack. Went into their battle phase and I knew exactly what the Psycho was up to. Oh no. They are merely fleeting They're merely fleeting thoughts I had as I enjoyed the performances. But I am pleased they could be of use. The bastard that had a Blackwing monster in hand, Nicked Colt, who can buff the attack of an attacking Blackwing monster by 1,400. Oh no! It's like, haha, this may look foolish, but I have a plan. The recent meme came to mind. I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have a plan. I wish you both a delightful Little Ladies' Day. Oh, there's so many people in town that I'm lagging. No head. Basil is coming in to crash Little Ladies' Day. Welcome on in, Martin. I hope you're doing well. I owe you one for the committed cooperation. Indeed, I have amassed all manner of ardent accounts from the fans. Hey, Abyss, how are ya? I'm doing good. I hope you are good as well. Some show support by cheering in the cacophonous cries to the stage, while others watch wistfully from a ways off, or make merry by feasting on festive foods. These motherfuckers' alliterations! As the performers' popularity proliferates, so too do prospective methods to please their fans. I'm gonna play a game of Punt the Potato pretty soon. Alliterations are fun. This guy lives them. Merriment made for one's pastimes is a mysterious, marvelous matter. For our favorite fads, we often find ourselves opening our wallets without so much as a second thought. How dare you call me out for what I do for Monster Hunter? How dare you? Even I am no stranger to that. But I digress. It's time we saw the songbirds and seneschal prints for ourselves to fully fathom what all the fuss is about, provided we have permission from the royal seneschal. It's like, how dare he call out my inability to keep my wallet closed around Monster Hunter? How dare he? And even that, when the whole board got destroyed, he just summoned another Blackwing monster and finally used his cult to buff it up to kill my monster. Nice. It's like, goddamn. Welcome back. How fared the interviews? They went well. Wonderfully well, in fact. As our last task, we wished to watch one of the performances, if we are welcome to do so. By all means, I would love nothing more than to read of your impressions when all is properly published. For more objective observation, I'd like to spectate the show from afar. Might I ask you to take to the crowds? I was laughing during the whole time too, and was like, okay, I killed his Blackwings. Surely he doesn't have another one to summon. Nothing up my sleeve, but is there? Ha-ha! Excellent. Enjoy the event, and we will reconvene once the stage has settled. All right, now we actually get to participate in the fate. The handmaiden here will furnish you with a set of songbird theme attire and a portable illumination. Once you've obtained what you require, you only need to wait for an opportune moment to join the crowd. And we have to wait for the event live from Ul'dah. It's popping up really fast, so it should be fine to wait for. Speak of the devil. Attend. Very well. I will prepare your garments at once. Have you decided which color to wear? Let me see. Oh, we're doing yellow. Aura girl. Here are your clothes and illuminations. Hope you enjoyed the performance. Please note that unable to proceed certain quests while face the crowd status is active. Okay. I should be easy to pick out. I'm one of the biggest motherfuckers here. Shit. There we go. Then he summons another Blackwing, and I was like, no, no, goddammit, no! There we go. What a concert. The music is actually really good. I like it a lot. That man waited to drop the cult during the battle phase for like 4 turn cycles. It finally got it. God damn. And there are so many people stacked up in this spot, too. It's crazy. He still ended up winning that duel, but that whole interaction was so damn funny. Yeah. Oh, and then the lights came on because it's becoming night out. That's cool. Oh, and we get certificate of collaborations. All right. I also had another interesting duel earlier today, but it was against a guy playing a frog deck. That's great. I love that. Oh, 1 second. There we go. You have my thanks for your participation, adventurer. Your favor out in the crowds did not go unnoticed. My, what a marvelously masterful performance. Even from a distance, I could not help but offer a round of ardent applause. The fans' passion burned with brilliance that was all but blinding. This motherfucker! Matched only by the fiery fervor of the performers. I see now why many are drawn to such shows. Which is admittedly funny to me how one of the best decks was running around the 2010-2012 eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a frog combo deck. Nice. Now it's time I inquired about your immersive involvement. How did it feel to savor the sights and sounds of such spectacle? Not in silence, as if you are completely you completely understood what happens. Yup, whatever you say, boss. Empathize with the fans' undying passions. Admit that you reveled in every moment. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for the thoughts. I shall account for your attendance in my article. With this, I should be able to pen the perfect piece. But I dare not delay. Little Ladies' Day is only just so long, after all. I give you my gratitude, adventurer. You have earned your rightful reward. I must take my leave. But may the fates see fit for us to meet again. Take your alliterations and go back to hell. I'm kidding. They were fun. I think the best version of the frog deck was a version that played cards that could sacrifice monsters to deal burn damage to the opponent's life points. Burn damage is not something I'm familiar with. Is it similar to Magic the Gathering's Poison? If so, that's evil. Which was capable of reducing the opponent's life points to 0 on the first turn before they got a chance to draw. Jesus Christ. This, I got the feeling that you don't like it. He is made of alliterations. I have a hard enough time reading some of the shit these people say without him doing that. Which would make it a first turn kill FTK strategy. Damn. That is evil. I love it. 'Twas a pleasure to see you enjoying the show. Do not hesitate to join in again if you feel so inclined. We've plenty of performances scheduled. I offer you my gratitude for aiding Dural Thiral and wish you a wonderful little ladies' day. Hey, we got all the new cheer stuffs. Certificates of collaboration may be traded with the Royal Servant at the Ruby Row in exchange for gear and items. Ooh. What kind of gear are we talking about? Royal Servant. No. Stop! It was the wrong Royal Servant. Oh, it's all the shirts. That's cool. Well, we found the best shirt. We don't have to look at the other ones. And the ballroom etiquettes. Oh, different colors. Bright and green. Green isn't among the characters just yet. Maybe next year they'll have a green character. A couple housing items. Ooh, a cherry tree for outdoors. Yeah, because I've got a house to put that in. I do. I do. I have a house. I had a house. And then I didn't log in fast enough. And now I don't. Do you? Do you, Abyss? No. I'm still waiting for them to do the This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. I don't know how poison damage works in Magic, but burn damage in Yu-Gi-Oh! Refers to cards that deal damage to the opponent's life with card effects rather than doing combat damage. If I remember it correctly, as you take damage from poison creatures or cards that can put poison counters on you, after you accrue so many counters, you just fucking die. That's after so many poison counters, you just die. I believe I've seen some Magic cards that said things like deal X amount of damage to target creature player. Yeah, there are those. Which would possibly be the closest thing to burning Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. But yeah, play Despacito. I'm also just now starting to piece together why Yu-Gi-Oh players refer to those cards as burn. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and head back to Tuliolal for now and run through our roulettes to get our last 100 haste so we can grab our relic of choice. We're actually going to go ahead and sit in the Phantom Village to do that. And I believe it's next week we get Hildebrandt, the next step of Hildebrandt quests back, as well as the Criterion Dungeon. Now, I've done the first one completely. Fully cleared, as you can see. I got the mount. I went through the second one once, And the third one exactly once. So I had figured I would save all of those for the variant dungeons for when we were waiting for the expansion, so that way I had something to do. That's also the same thing that I did with my island. I haven't done anything with my island. I've been saving it for a rainy day, but I need the mount from that. One of the mounts from that. The tractor motorcycle. I need the tractor. I want it so badly. Also, some of the earliest burn cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Were named Hinotama, Uzuki, and Final Flame. And all of them had a fire theme to their artworks. Ah, I see. Yes. It's kind of like Tutor in Magic, where it doesn't matter what the card's name is. If it has the effect of a tutor, it's a tutor. Like, do this to make a opponent discard a card, kind of a deal. It's like, okay, that's a tutor card. All right. It is the example I gave. Hinotama was a barrage of fireballs. Uzuki was like a house that was engulfed in flames, and Final Flame was just a guy on fire. And it was just a guy on fire. Oh. And then there was this, I do know of this one really crazy, like, interconnected, like, card set. And it was a mouse that was effectively Bruce Lee in cartoon form. A monk where I don't remember its name, but it's a real skinny dude punching a mountain. And then a really old monk who was basically looked like someone out of Dragon Ball, solid muscle, smashing the mountain from the other side. I remember those cards. And there were a whole bunch of interconnected magic and trap cards that were with those artworks. It was really cool. That and the different dimension monsters, the human fighters. Like DD Lady and DD Wasteland something. I know exactly which three Yu-Gi-Oh cards you're talking about. Hey! But yeah, those. I did see a short talking about them. Like, why are these three connected? In my head, the first, the two monks are connected. Like, okay, he starts off really puny and he becomes the buff dude later in his life. But the Bruce Lee mouse, I have no fucking clue. Just martial arts connection, I guess. But yeah. But yeah, and then there, like I said, there were the different dimension ones. Chuseki, the mouse fighter, monk fighter, and master monk. Yes, those are the three. Those are the three. And they've got a whole bunch of magic, and, like spell and trap cards that also interconnect them further. Where it's like, oh, you can only use it on a monster named Chuseki, the mouse fighter, monk fighter, or master monk in its name. Kind of a deal. Oh, I still remember my earliest attempt at a specific set, like what I did, specific cards. A specific deck. Yeah, it's so fucking weird. Yeah. Yeah. What I did was nothing but dragons. Nothing but dragons, and I had as many Lord Ds as I could. So that way I could just summon dragons because fuck you. And my friends at the time knew my strategy, so they used a trap card that was basically, I don't remember the name of the card, something jar, and it was declare a monster type. All monsters of that type are cannot be used effectively. They're all exiled. So they like, I know what deck you're running. I declare dragons. Dragon capture jar. That might have been it. That was probably it. All dragons are either destroyed or exiled, banished, and it's like, oh good, now I have exactly 3 monster cards in this deck that I can actually use. And they're all Lord of D. I'm fucked. Until I could destroy that goddamn trap. And so, to summarize, I didn't use that deck very often because I got to pull off my bullshit exactly once, and then my friends full countered me and forced me to rebuild my deck. Because at some point, I swear that they counted their cards when they were shuffling. It's so that Dragon Capture Jar was at the top. So it would just fuck me the second that I tried anything with that deck. That honestly feels like normal Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Never stopped using one type of monster for the deck, though. Like, I would do zombie decks. My favorite zombie deck had 3 pyramid turtles in it. That was my favorite one I ever built. You build your deck with one strategy in mind and hope to raw your opponent doesn't have the counter to it. Yup. Yup. Oh, it's shit like Pyramid Turtle that made me really happy, though. Man, Pyramid Turtle is a classic. Yup. Pyramid Turtle, Book of Life. Like, all of it was centered around monsters going into the graveyard only until I no longer allow them to be there. All right. But yeah. I think I actually have one of my Yu-Gi-Oh decks next to me. After we do this, I'll pull it out and read out the cards that's in it. And they're probably not good in any capacity because this is when I was building, like, I don't care what this is, what the fucking lists are. It's not banned. I'm using it. Kind of a thing. If I ever make a zombie deck, I might make a 60-card deck that runs that grass looks greener. Okay. That sounds like fun. It's like, oh, I totally know what that card is. Oh. Ah! Grass has an effect where if your opponent has less cards in your deck than you mill from the top of your deck until you have the same number of cards in your deck as your opponent. Oh! Oh, that's evil. I love it. I love that. It's like, oh, you've got like 2 cards left and I'm halfway through my deck. Well, guess I'm gonna have the biggest hand imaginable. So, let's say, turn 1. In turn 1, you have a 60 card deck while your opponent runs a standard 40. Oh, God! Oh, you don't draw with grass. You send cards to top grave. Oh, I see. Then you put a bunch of cards in to go, oh, I'm going to pull this out of my grave because fuck you. Which is honestly perfect for the zombie decks. It really is. There are so many zombies that you could just... Their effects are, okay, this does this from the graveyard. It's great. Or, if this is in the graveyard, you could summon it for free. Grass is so damn good when it released several years ago. Oh, it sounds really good. Yeah, I would have absolutely loved putting that in my deck. Granted, my zombie deck that I've been talking about was created before pendulum summoning was a thing. So you're gonna hear about ancient shit that's in this deck. It was one of the few cards Yu-Gi-Oh! Actively changed the mindset for deck building. Nice. I love that when something releases and it's like, yep, okay, we gotta change how we do things because this thing exists. It's super fun to me. Go ahead and do these. So much so that people who weren't even playing grass would still make their deck. You have 60 cards. Just to prevent grass from working. That's great. It's like, I'm not doing that, but I'm not letting you do that either. That's great. Grass was banned for quite a few years, but I believe now it's back like one copy. Oh, okay. And then you have the new play style where you could probably just use it. But it probably costs the majority of your points to put it in, though. That said. My phone was buffering after you said that. What'd you say? Okay. So what I had said after you posted that one specifically was, that's nice that it's back to 1, but in the new play style, you could probably put it in your deck in the new style, but it would likely cost you the majority of your points for your deck to put it in. Oh, Genesis? Yes. If I had to guess, though, like I said, it would probably cost all of your points for cards to put it in. That's actually a fair point to bring up. Oh, well, look that up now. God, I love Machinist. I wonder what they're going to add. Because other people are also in their predictions, their job predictions are starting to lean into like double crossbow jobs to be similar to comparing Viper to Samurai. It's like, okay, we have the burst selfish DPS with Machinist. What is going to be the sustained selfish DPS for range physical? Just looked it up. Genesis Grass is at 50 points. What is the point cap that you have? If it's what I'm thinking, it's not that crazy. Because don't you get like 100 points or 200 points? I forget. 100 points. Ooh, like, yeah, no, that's half your points to put one grass in your deck. Ooh. Ooh. I think Pot of Greed was like 30 or something. That sounds about right. I never understood at the time, I never understood Pot of Greed getting thrown on ban lists, but it's like, that's free cards. It's like, I get it now. The one that I still don't understand to this day is why Monster Reborn got thrown into ban lists, because there are so many other sources of get your monster back in the game. It's like there's probably more along the lines because you could take your opponent's monsters with it so easily. Like, yeah. One moment. Oh, I'll just stay in this massive safe zone. Less massive safe zone, but we're still good. There we are. Throw the wrench at him. I love that they added that. That's so fun. Yeah, card drew a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is honestly way more game-breaking than any other card game because lack of resource. Ooh. Lack of a resource mechanic like manas in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, that's fair. And typically modern card draw effects have either very specific requirements for the activation, for a heavy cost to draw. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Ooh. Oh no, the tornado's behind me. I think I'm safe here. I am not! Okay, there we go. One card in particular. God, we are ripping this Griffin apart. Yeah, safe here. Hey, there we go. Alright. One card in particular I just thought about that draws cards was Allure of Darkness. Draw 2 cards, then have one banished dark then banish 1 dark monster. If you don't have a dark monster in your hand, you must discard every card in your hand. Ooh. That card was released around 2010 and was kind of hopped back and forth between being limited to 1 and being limited to 3 a few times since then. Okay. All right, 1 second here. I think this is a couple decks by the looks of how I have this set. Let's see if I can find the oldest one. Okay, here we go. What is this deck? I have a machine deck. That's one that I kept. Lots of ancient gears I'm seeing here. Alright, so that's the machine deck. Let me set that aside. Let me find... Oh, no, I found my dinosaur deck. Ancient motherfucker. And here is my current zombies deck. Let's see. It's limited right now because one of the best decks in the past year was a dark attribute deck that wants its monsters banished. Ah, I see. Okay, I have a Red Eyes Zombie Dragon, Malevolent Mech Gokuien, Paladin of the Cursed Dragon, Gertina, Garina, Partition of Darkness, Royal Keeper. Here's the Pyramid Turtles. Master Konoshi. Spirit Reaper. Oh, what is this here? Oh, Getsu Fuma. Warrior effect. If this card battles a fiend or zombie monster, destroy that monster at the end of the damage step. Not really sure why that's there. I do like how some of the zombies are just undead versions of other monsters in the game. Yeah. Yeah. Ryu Koki. Two of the Regenerating Mummy. Dislocota, Marionette Mite, Plague Wolf, Zombie Master a couple times, and the Zombie World field card. That's why. Now I just remembered a zombie monster that was called Bone Tower or something like that. That is familiar. That is familiar. Spell Shattering Arrow. Onto the magic spell cards. Spell Shattering Arrow. Cold Wave. Magical Stone Excavation. Card of Safe Return. Creature Swap. Book of Life. Call of the Mummy. Terraforming. Pot of Avarice. Shrink, Field Barrier, Soul Taker, Ribbon of Rebirth, and Card Destruction. Classic. For the trap cards, Imperial Iron Will, Dust Tornado, Bottomless Trap Hole, Teuton Mask, Wabaku. Fucking Wabaku. And the Magical Arm Shield. That was the zombie deck, but I've got... Oh, and there's a whole bunch for a side deck to that. Bunch of trap cards. Swords of Revealing Light and Swords of Concealing Light. Love Wabaku. Yeah, Wabaku is great. Call of the Haunted, another Wabaku. Draining Shield, Mirror Force, Magic Cylinder, Serketsu Armor. No, that's not how you pronounce that. Sakuretsu Armor. Cemetery Bomb, Mystical Space Typhoon, Poison of the Old Man, another Armor, Malevolent Catastrophe, Magic Jammer, another Magic Cylinder. Man, you really hated the opponent having a battle phase, huh? I guess. Like, that was... Like, I have not looked at these cards in years. Like, I made these decks so long ago. And apparently, I fucking hated dealing with people. Now the machine deck. We got the Creator Incarnate. For some reason. Green gadget, red gadget, yellow gadget. Oh, this one... Apparently this one I actually ended up playing because it's actually shuffled. Have you heard of the Tenpai monsters? No, I have not. So this one... Because, like I said, this one was actually played because it's shuffled. So Dust Tornado, Rollout, Cyber Phoenix, Ancient Gear Tank, Ancient Gear Soldier, Limiter Removal, Ancient Gear Beast, Ancient Gear Gadriltron Dragon, Stronghold in the Moving Fortress, the Creator, Ancient Gear Chimera, Giltron Chimera. They were a bunch of dragons that loved activating effects during the battle phase, and if they were left uninterrupted, they could do upwards of 30,000... Jesus Christ! That's great. Time Eater, Ancient Gear, Creator Incarnate again, Ancient Gear Fist, Time Wizard, Raigeki Break, Ancient Gear, Cyber Larva, Boot Up Soldier, Dread Dynamo, Ancient Gear Drill, Heavy Mech Support Platform. They were so good at doing it that people were legitimately sliding in cards like Wabaku or threatening Roar to prevent the battle phase. Damn. Ancient Gear Golem, Dust Tornado, Ancient Gear Workshop, another heavy mech support platform, Machine Duplication, Machine Assembly Line, Covering Fire, Ancient Gear Cannon, Ancient Gear Engineer, Mechanical Hound, Ancient Gear Explosive, Ancient Gear Factory, Ancient Gear Castle. Yeah, this was rare Metal Morph. In 2025, mind you. Oh my. Another Ancient Gear Beast. Morphotronic Vacuum. Okay. Let me read this. While attack position once per turn, you can send one equipped card equipped to this card to the graveyard and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. In the other, while in defense position once per turn, you can equip one face-up attack position monster to your opponent controls to this card as an equip card. You can only equip one monster at a time by this effect. It's a 0/0/1 monster. Morphonic Vacuum. And the big dick bitch himself, Barrel Dragon. Cannon Soldier, the third heavy mech support platform, another rare metal morph, and another Barrel Dragon. People were bringing fucking Wabaku in 2025. Jesus Christ. We got one more deck to look through, but we will look through it after we do another run of a thing. Ooh, it's like pretty solid yoink effect on the Morphonic monster. Yeah! You yoink it while in defense position, and then you spit it out at your opponent as damage. Because the thing goes to the equipped goes to the graveyard while your opponent takes 500 damage. as we're waiting, we got a 15-minute wait. Go through the dinosaur deck really fast. We got Pet Pteranodon, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Soul-Eating Oviraptor. Okay. That card effect is fucking awesome. It's got like flames going down the spine. It's really cool. Let's see. Let's actually slow down and read the effects on these, because before I was just reading off the names. Okay. Pet Pteranodon. Petty Pteranodon. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster from your deck, but it cannot attack this turn. Oviraptor is amazing for the dino deck. Yeah. Then we got Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn, during either player's main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field. And if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. At the start of a damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. And if you do, send that defense position monster to the graveyard. Jesus! Just don't leave Oviraptor with any kids. It doesn't pan out well for them. I believe it. Soul-Eating Oviraptor. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can take 1 dinosaur type monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can target 1 other level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster on the field. Destroy it, then special summon 1 dinosaur type monster from your graveyard in defense position. You can only use each effect of Soul-Eating Oviraptor once per turn. Wait, I get to do that more than fucking once in the game? Jesus. Lost World field card. That's for dinosaurs. All monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense except dinosaur-type monsters. Once per turn, if a dinosaur-type monster is normal or special summoned, except during damage step, you can special summon 1 drag token, dinosaur type, earth, level 1, attack and defense both 0, to your opponent's field in defense position while your opponent controls the token. They cannot target monsters on the field with card effects except tokens. Once per turn, if a normal monster on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy that many dinosaur-type monsters in your hand and or deck instead. Survival's End. Destroy as many normal-type monsters on the field as possible. And if you do, special summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur-type monsters from your deck, up to the number destroyed, but destroy them during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 dinosaur-type monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, and destroy them. Interesting. Okay, we're at 9. We're getting close. Okay. Megalo Smasher X Dinosaur. 0 defense, 2k attack. It's a level 4. No special effects. It's just, fuck you, here's a 2000 monster. Ah. Good old Sabersaurus. No effects. Another Megalo Smasher X. I remember the Lost World Field spell was good for giving Tyranno a defense position monster to attack, as well as a target for Ovi to destroy for its second effect. Okay. Another Sabersaurus. Superconductor Tyranno. Once per turn, you contribute one monster and inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Holy shit. Dinosaur decks really just say, fuck conventional warfare. I'm going for your life points, don't they? This card cannot declare an attack the turn this effect is activated. Ultimate Tyranno. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. During battle phase, if you control an Ultimate Tyranno that can attack, monsters other than Ultimate Tyranno cannot attack. Super Ancient Dino Beast. You can tribute summon this card in face-up attack position by tributing one dinosaur type monster. When a dinosaur monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during damage step, while this monster is on the field, you can draw a card. Oh, that goes with Oviraptor. That goes with Oviraptor and the first one. With our pet Pteranodon. Remember, play with Ovi was targeting tokens with Ovi's effect, then using Lost World to protect the token by restoring a dino from the deck. The best ones to pop were the baby dinosaurs that summoned another dino from the deck, then they got destroyed. When they got destroyed by an effect. Sauropod Brachiodon cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can tribute summon this card. Face up by tributing dinosaur monster. One dinosaur monster. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. If this card is flip summoned, change all other monsters on the field to face down defense position. If this card is attacked by any battle damage, any battle damage your opponent takes from the battle is doubled. Tyranno Infinity. The original attack of this card is the number of your banished dinosaur-type monsters times 1,000. Black Brachios. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one monster on the field, change that target to face-up defense position. The Miracle Jurassic Egg. While face up on the field, this card cannot be banished. Each time a dinosaur-type monster is sent to your graveyard, place 2 counters on this card. You can tribute summon this card. Special summon one dinosaur from your deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of counters that were on this card. Galosaurus. You can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, activate this effect. Your opponent can special summon one monster from their graveyard. Baby Cerosaurus. This card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon one level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck. Oh, this is a bigger one. And it's taking me a second to figure out how to pronounce this. Miscellaneous Saurus. During each player's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During this main phase, dinosaur-type monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can banish any number of dinosaur-type monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon one dinosaur from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect, but destroy it during the end phase. You can only use this effect once per turn. I remember the Baby Ceratosaurus card was released mid-2000s, while the OV was released like 10 years later. Oh no, miss. Yup. Evil Swarm Salamandra. Up to twice per turn, you can banish one monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Apparently that one has a reputation for missed. Stego Cyber. During damage calculation. Alright, we're almost into our cap level dungeon. During main damage calculation, if your opponent's monster attacks while this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, special summon this card. If you do, you take no battle damage from the battle, but banish this card when it leaves the field. This is a quick effect. You can only use this effect once per turn. One thing about this is, to keep in mind is that the once per turn line refers to the effect to banish from the grave to summon Dino from the deck. The make all dinosaurs immune to the opponent isn't once per turn. Nice. Let's see. Trifortress Tops. During either player's turn, if your opponent summons 3 or more monsters during this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned in this way, it is unaffected by other cards' effects, but loses 500 defense during each player's standby phase. Alright, we'll read the rest of them. So if you discard Missy and the opponent tries to negate it, you could just discard a second copy to make it go through. Oh my god. I love it. So far, it sounds like my dinosaur deck was mildly evil. I've done that in Master Duel, and I can bet my opponent wasn't happy. It's like, oh, I gotta stop that. What if you didn't, though? Motherfuck! But yeah. Like back in the day, my friends and I used to make decks in the dumbest way possible. Like, I don't know if it's still around as a concept for decks, but there was one concept that we built decks with. Like, we focused on the element exclusively and kind of played it like rock, paper, scissors. Like, oh, I'm playing a light monster? Well, that destroys your dark monster. Regardless of anything else that's happening. Like, I have no idea if that was actually a real way of playing the game or just something that we had decided to do ourselves. I swear some of these fights were designed to just give the biggest middle finger to melee DPS. I think there was one deck that had a boss card with that idea in mind. Okay. At the time, too, we were also really heavy in copying whatever the hell happened in the anime. Regardless if it was something that could happen in the actual rules. We're like, hey, Yugi did it, so I can do it. The one that comes to mind, and I know it was actually a card, was the card that, you keep taking damage as I look for a spell card and just keep drawing monster cards. It was a light attribute deck called Starry Night Archetype, and the boss card was a light attribute dragon that couldn't be destroyed by the effects of a dark attribute monster. And it could kill a dark attribute in battle. Okay, so good to know it was an actual thing. It wasn't something that we just made up because we thought it was cool. I always did wonder about that. It's like, were we high as kites just inventing our own ways to play, or is this real? Are you talking about Berserker Soul? I think so. I think that was Berserker Soul, now that I think on it. Or the one during the early Battle City episodes where to get Slifer, he just kept drawing cards, like, infinitely, breaking the hand limit. There was that one, too. that we decided, oh, Yugi did it, so that means it's something that we get to do. Draw monster cardo. Draw monster cardo. Oh, time for my most hated mechanic, because I always fuck it up. Holy shit, I didn't fuck it up this time. Can I catch everyone with that? No. I tried. That moment in the anime was one of the best overkill moments in the entire franchise. Yes. It was great. I have several questions for the samurai. How was I out-damaging them? Because I was higher than them on threat. How the fuck? Was the go fuck yourself melee rolls coming into effect there? Because usually I don't out enmity a samurai. Because that's what I use to gauge if I'm doing more damage than someone. If I'm higher on the enmity list, that means I'm doing more damage. One of my favorite Battle City moments is when Yugi and Kaiba were dueling. Oh yeah, the duel where Yugi won by making the opponent draw every card in an infinite loop. Yes, that's the one I was talking about. Kaiba and Yugi were dueling. Kaiba played a card that allowed him to take any card from Yugi's deck. He walked up to Yugi, chose Slifer, walked away. Then Yugi played Exchange to make both duelists swap one card to each other's hands. Yugi waited for waited for Kaiba to walk away first before asking him to walk back. I could just imagine Kaiba's like, you petty bitch. But then I remembered the crash out that Kaiba had towards the end of Battle City arc, where Joey dueled him and used the controller to take one of his blue eyes, and he had a fucking meltdown. Like, Kaiba went out of his way to make a point that Wheeler was not to even think of trying that again. It was great. He was so livid. He was so mad. It's like that was genuinely a good play that Joey did, and it pissed him off so much. He just went full scorched earth with a massive combo to fuck him over. It was great. He even summoned a second Blue Eyes and crashed into the one that Joey stole. Gotta pay attention or this rabbit is gonna make me fall in the pit. He did not want Joey, of all people, to touch his Blue Eyes. Absolutely not. There we go. In the dub version, he also had Kaiba go ham on the amount of insults he said to Joey. Yeah, that was the one I had watched. He went nuts. Number one was like, "You're worthless and you shouldn't have been in my tournament in the first place." Yeah, I remember that crash out. That was one of my favorites. And after he was done just ripping into Joey and he walked away, Joey was just kind of sitting there like defeated, and Yugi walked up as, "You did really well. That's why he was mad. Good job, Joey." Oh, that was so good. All right, let me read a couple more from the dinosaur deck before we continue and get the rest of this paste. Skeletalsaurus. Zombie Gemini. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is a normal monster on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with these effects. This card becomes an Earth Dinosaur when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. You can special summon that monster to your field defense position. If you do, it becomes a zombie. Yeah, what was one of the other insults that he said? You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. That was one of the other ones. Chewbone. Zombie Flip. Flip special summon. 3 Chewbone Junior tokens. Zombie type. 100 attack, 300 defense. To your opponent's field in defense position. Rescue Rabbit. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can banish this face-up card you control. Special summon 2 level 4 or lower normal monsters with the same name from your deck, but destroy them during the end phase. You can only use this effect once per turn. I remember in later season, Kaiba had another tournament and said something like, anyone who is late for registration is immediately disqualified. Then looks to his brother Mokuba and said, Mokuba, make sure that Wheeler is late. I remember that. I don't care what you have to do. Don't let him in my fucking tournament. Fossil Dig. Add 1 level 6 or lower dinosaur from your deck to your hand. Big Evolution Pill. After this card's activation, it remains on the field, but destroy it. And then the abridged. The abridged made it even worse. The abridged was so great. Fuck the money, I have rules. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Oh. The first one he said was, fuck the rules, I have money. And then when it was his tournament, it was, fuck the money, I have rules. Oh. After this card's activation, it remains on the field, but destroy it during your opponent's third phase. Tribute 1 dinosaur monster to activate this card. While this card is face up on the field, you can normal summon level 5 or higher dinosaur monsters without tribute. That was Big Evolution Pill. Kaiba became my favorite character in the show after I grew up and watched everything again. Yeah. It's like, oh shit. And then, I don't remember if it was a part of a movie or like one of the last in a season I never watched, but there was a moment where he went to the Egyptian afterlife with some, like, tech armor so he could duel the pharaoh again. It's like, bro. Bro conquered the death to the point where you can, like, scuba dive in the afterlife so he could duel his old rival again. Twin Twisters. Discard a card, then target up to 2 spell trap cards and destroy them. Burial from a different dimension. Target up to 3 banished monsters, return them to the graveyard. Swords of Concealing Light. Destroy this card during your second standby phase. After activation, when this card resolves, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. Yeah, the Dark Side of the Dimensions movie. Okay, that's where it was from. I hadn't seen it, but I had seen that clip somewhere, and it's like, bro went to the afterlife to duel his rival. Jesus, he broke into the afterlife to run the fade with at him again. Yes! That's so cool. I love it. Painful Decision. Send 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, add 1 card with the same name as that card from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Painful Decision per turn. Unexpected die. If you control no monster, special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from the deck. Terraforming. Add one field card from your deck to your hand. Survival of the fittest. Target one dinosaur monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 1,000 attack. When that attacking monster destroys an opponent monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. The equipped monster can make a second attack on the opponent's monsters in a row. Fossil Excavation. Activate this card by discarding one card. Then target one dinosaur in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Negate the effects of that monster on the field. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. And then, when that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Terraforming is so damn good. It is. It's such a good card. Alright, let's play Viper. Go into the leveling roulette, because that's where we're going to get the most paste. You get 20 paste per roulette. Extinction on schedule. During the main phase, pay 2,000 life points. Make both players send all cards they control to the graveyard at the end of the third battle phase, after this card's activation. It's limited to one in the physical trading card format, but in Master Duel, it's banned. Ooh, damn. Did not know that. Here's a classic. Ojama Trio. Special summon 3 Ojama tokens, beast type. Light, 0 attack, 1,000 defense. To your opponent's field in defense position, they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, and each time one is destroyed, the controller takes 300 damage. Which does suck for some of the field spell-based decks I have. Yeah, that is too bad. Nightmare Archfiends. Tribute one monster, special summon 3 Nightmare Archfiend tokens. 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense. To your opponent's field in attack position. Each time one is destroyed, its controller takes 800 damage. Quaking Mirror Force. This one I did not remember. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, change all attack position monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Monsters changed to face down defense position by this effect cannot change their battle positions. Because I just had the normal Mirror Force that I remembered, and that was really good. That won me a couple duels with my friends. Grand Horn of Heaven. During your opponent's main phase, when they would special summon a monster, negate the summon, and if you do destroy that monster, then your opponent draws one card, then the main phase. Then end the main phase. Secret Blast. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponents. Jera Egg. Jera Egg token. Oh, okay. These are a bunch of tokens I've got, and that's it. That's the Dino deck. Oh, that's great. This is taking a bit too long. Let's switch to a healer to get in faster. Let's go with Sage. And insta-Q. No, I can't do those right I'm remembering some of Kaiba's other lines from the movie. Oh. What else was there? I myself might be getting back into Magic eventually because I have a problem. And they are eventually going to be releasing Monster Hunter themed cards. I have a mighty need. When he dueled Little Yugi, Yugi summoned monsters named Lemon Magician Girl and Apple Magician Girl. Kaiba's response was, "You fight with fruit? Don't mock me. You fight me with fruit? Don't mock me." That's great. The movie that I ended up watching, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie I ended up watching, was the one that introduced Blue Eye Shining Dragon and the Pyramid of Light cards to the game, and the Sphinxes. That was the one that I had watched. It was great. And at some point, I had made a deck using both of those cards, regardless if they were tournament legal or not. That's great. You fight me with fruit? Don't mock me. That's hilarious. Gotta apply the dot. There we go. Oh, let's see. What else? There's always one funny detail about the Blue Eye Shining Dragon from the Pyramid of Light I'll never forget. Oh. And what would that be? Ooh. Get rid of them. Monster was printed alongside the movie around 2004, 2005. But you need the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that summoned it, and Ultimate Dragon wasn't printed in English until 2007. And I remember the rules at the time were you had to be able to read the card to use it. So Japanese cards were off limits in English tournaments. At least I'm pretty sure that was a rule. You could not just go, hey, this is what this card says, trust me, bro. Which meant Shining Dragon was impossible to summon for a few years. Yeah. The funny shit that happens because they needed to be on time with the movie. I'm remembering another Kaiba line from the Dark Side movie. What do we got? But yeah, Little Ladies Day was great. I really liked that concert. It's not the first time that they had that concert, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they had something like it a couple years ago, I want to say. It was after he defeated Hologram Copy of Atium relatively early in the film. Okay. I gotta sit down and watch all of these. Because they're all great. Gonna apply the dot. He said something like, I spent a lot of time recreating the Pharaoh's deck's strategy, even perfectly... even perfectly coiffed hair. In fact, that part took quite a bit longer. Basil is coming in to blow up the ghosts. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, we were just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! I had actually run through a couple decks that I created back in the day. And apparently, I was an evil son of a bitch back in the day. Back from hanging out with the homies. Ah, hope you had a wonderful time. Go on. Like one of... What did you say, Zach? Apparently I didn't want my opponent to have a battle phase ever. Or a turn. Like in a side deck here. Just quickly thumb through it. Like the first two cards of the side deck were Swords of Revealing Light and Swords of Concealing Light. Oh. As we are waiting for the next dungeon, I'll go through that deck again. He then crushes a bottle in his head and said that the staff members fire whoever made that bottle. Kaiba Corp products shouldn't get that easily. Bullshit. Ah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Guy said you must hate your opponents having a battle phase on. Yeah, that's what you said. Like I said, this was old me. This was years ago I had built these. Like that, it was a part of my zombie deck, and we were going over it because I had remembered Pyramid Tortoise, and I missed it. Turtle, tortoise, pyramid something or other. To be fair, can't be worse than my low-level deck. Okay, we got a Morbid Advance. We go here. There we go. And then we went over my Dino deck, and it was all about fucking up the opponent by putting monsters on their field and banishing them to do shit tons of damage. Like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and Soul Eating Oviraptor were among the first three cards that I was thumbing through. Gravity Bind is a funny trap. Yeah. It is. Alright, we got some paste. Gravity Bind is another classic. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me switch to a melee so we have a longer wait. Oh. Okay. This was the side deck for the zombie deck. Swords of Concealing Light, Swords of Revealing Light, Wabaku, Call of the Haunted, Draining Shield, Mirror Force, Magic Cylinder, Suriketsu Armor, Cemetery Bomb, Mystical Space Typhoon, Poison of the Old Man, Suriketsu Armor again, Malevolent Catastrophe, Magic Jammer, and another Magic Cylinder. Here's the thing, it was a flip central. Abyss who hurt you, my friends, who I used to play with regularly. Like I was telling before about a exclusively dragon deck that I had built, and I had as many Lord of D's as I could have, so I could just summon dragons, just period. I didn't have to worry about anything. And then then my friends all started running Dragon Capture Jar to just fuck me. To the point where I had to effectively just rebuild a new deck altogether, because the second that I showed up to the party to have the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, they just said, okay, switch to your anti-forged decks so we could just knock him out and keep playing. It's like, okay then, fucko, I'll make a new, I made a new deck. Please tell me one of them had a Buster Blader. Yes, one of them did have a Buster Blader. I do remember that specifically. He would gloat about how lucky he got getting it out of a blind pack, a regular pack. Like, he would bring it up in conversations that had nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. It's like, oh man, we would talk about something and he's like, I'm just really glad I got so lucky with that Buster Blader. It's like, we know. It was funny as hell. Looking back on it, it was funny as hell. In the moment, it was frustrating to deal with. And I'd be that friend like, okay, but who asked? We did that to him a couple times, and it didn't faze him at all. Like, he would reply with something like, oh, I can't hear you over the sound of my Buster Blader that I got out of a pack, or something like that. Wait for the fish. Before I do the blue. Modern Buster Blader support leaning into the anti-dragon strategies. My worst nightmare as a Blue Eyes player. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Huh? What's happening? We're running with a warrior. How the fuck did anyone peel anything off of him? I'm confused. Did he not have his stance on before a second ago? Oh, Pictomancer. Pictomancer in this dungeon is kind of mean. The fusion boss card for Buster Blader forces all the opponent's dragon monsters into defense position and negates all of their effects. Yeah, I remember. There we go. That. And there's a dragon for the Buster Blader. Oh. That turns any monster on the opponent's board into dragon types. They're not, so if they're not playing a dragon deck. Oh, I see. It's like, okay, you got that, but you don't have to. I don't have to play your game. I'm not playing a dragon deck. You are now. And then the third deck, which I didn't even realize I had built, was a machine deck that was filled to the gills with ancient gear, everything. Which surprised the hell out of me because I didn't realize like I said, I didn't realize I had made it. I have a friend who's super unfun to play with because he will just run busted archetypes. Aww. Whoa. Gotta sleep since I have work tomorrow. Yay, so have fun, Abyss. Good night, Martin. I hope you have a good night and a good day at work tomorrow. Take care and happy hunting to you. Oh, but yes. There we go. That machine deck you were looking at earlier reminds me of some other machine decks I've seen. Edison format. Okay. He also thinks... Oh. It's like bob and weave! He also thinks Yugo is a good name. Spoiler alert, it's not. Not when you need to make 50 of your deck to be hand traps. can guess what he plays in Magic. Ha! Oh. So, what you're telling me is you have a friend who identifies as the buzzkill. Motherfucker plays green-blue. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he absolutely identifies as the buzzkill. Let's see. Big unkillable monsters, yeah. I don't know, blue is like hard control, but I didn't remember what green's focus on. Yeah, big unkillable monsters. So creatures that have big stats with protection like hexproof and indestructible. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know what I would end up playing the most nowadays. Because I actually want my opponents to have fun too. Now. Mm-hmm. You know when you hate fun? Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what I would play these days. But in the past, judge me if you want, I was a blue-black. Or just pure black. One of the two. That just sounds like typical Yu-Gi-Oh! Boss cards. Abyss. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what I would play nowadays. I am interested in getting back into it once the Monster Hunter cards come out. It's not the worst I've seen. Light blue is so much worse. Oh. I remember seeing some cards from other colors and noticed how red had a lot of cards that did damage, direct damage. Black messed with the graveyard. And I can't remember what white did. White is another kind of control color. One of my friends used to run an Angelic Restoration deck. Couldn't kill the motherfucker. And we almost went to a two-headed giant tournament, him running angels and me running vampires. We almost went, and something came up that we never went to it. Which is unfortunate. I think our decks would have demolished, put together like that. Oh yes, Elfheal Central. Yep. should be safe to stand here once those vines get bigger. Nope, they just turn the fuck around. I'm going over here. Grand Arbiter Anguish. 4 is one magic card I'll never forget. After seeing a clip of someone playing it as a commander, playing it in a commander game. One moment. Oh! There we go. Seeing it in a commander game and how everyone else had this "are you fucking kidding me" kind of reaction. Oh, by the way, there's a card I used to own before it getting flooded. It was evil. Oh? What was it? I love hearing about evil cards. As you could tell by my Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Gotta go to this side. Hey, down it goes. One of the effect was like blue-white mana cards. You play costs 1 less mana, and all cards your opponents cost 1 more mana. Oh god, that is evil. It's like I'm gonna make the game easier for myself and harder for you. Like, I do enjoy Magic, but at the same time, I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just building my decks like garbage, but I would always get mana screwed. And I would check, like, after the game, I would look, and half of my mana was at the bottom of the damn deck. It's like, it had to have been the way that I was shuffling, that I was doing something wrong. I was either building them wrong with not having enough fetch, or something. Like I said, it was a me problem, absolutely. It was absolutely my fault. I just don't know what the cause actually was. Admittedly, the deck consistency in Magic is one thing that makes me hesitant to play Magic. Yeah. Like, it's fun when everything's going relatively smoothly for everybody. But when you start getting mana fucked, it's like, okay, everyone else is getting to do these big moves, and I'm just staring at an empty board because I can't do anything. Like I said, it was likely something that I was doing wrong. Power level of Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets annoying, but I genuinely Whoop. But I genuinely love consistency of my decks because that means I normally don't have to worry. I'll agree that. I really don't have to worry too much about having useless cards. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Like I said, I am absolutely... Oh, that was in the wrong spot. I'm absolutely going to get back into Magic once the Monster Hunter cards finally get released. I want them because I have a problem. Which is also why I love the old retro format, even though that Master Duel just recently started. Oh, that was in the wrong spot. Master Duel just recently started because the consistency isn't too bad and the power level is low, though. Is low enough to stop games from ending in first turn most of the time. Oh, okay. That's good. Actually getting to play the damn game is fun. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh well. I say most of the time. Because if you have a Godzilla-like opening hand, you can potentially end the game in one turn. But that's a once-in-a-blue moon kind of a deal. Yeah. Godlike, no, Godzilla. Same thing. I'm like, hey, if you can summon a card that feels like Godzilla on turn one, yeah. But yeah, if you have a godlike starter hand, it gets crazy. Yeah, I get that. No, Godzilla's more like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. You have. I'll agree that. Don't know if I've got it. One of the actual kaiju cards that's in the game. Yeah. But yeah, if you get a really good starting thing, you're solid. Oh. Let's see. I think we got 2 more runs. Yeah. We got 2 more runs before we complete that. So let's switch to healers so we get in faster. Let's go White Mage next. We haven't played White Mage tonight yet. But yeah. Oh, I'm excited for those Monster Hunter cards. I'm excited to get my hands on the Final Fantasy XIV cards. You should look at the Hildebrandt zombie tokens. They're great. They're amazing. Like, the artwork is so good. To be honest, I haven't played any... actually played any TCGs in over 10 years. I haven't actually played any. I've only just collected and made decks that I think sound good, and then shoved them in a drawer somewhere. Because I typically have no one to play with, like, the physical card games. And for some reason, though I've tried them, I just cannot get into the digital stuff. Like, and Magic the Gathering Arena, Master Duel, the Duel Link. For some reason, I just cannot stay in them. I play them every so often, but I play like a game, maybe 2, and then I don't touch them for almost a year, and then I do it again. If anything, they're almost the... Oh, shit! Fast one! Hell yeah! Fucking level 16? Level 22? 2 newbies. Oh my god. A pugilist. I've not... And they're wearing brand new armor from the... from Hall of the Novice. Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't played a physical card game with someone in a few years. Master Duel is where I get all my duels. Nice. Oh, that's not glamour. They're actually wearing Scylla's helmet for the stats. Oh my. I love that black hoodie type of armor. Yeah. Yeah, this, let's see. This helmet is from Abyssos. And it's the Samurai Monk helmet. I love that they allowed us to just wear whatever glamour we want. Because this is Dark Knight Relic armor, artifact armor, on a white mage. Fucking love it. I had forgotten how long this that story cutscene is for this, the first Ifrit. I was about to say, chest armor looked like Dark Knight. Yeah. The samurai monk helmet from Abyssos. Oh, we're getting into it. Dark Knight armor specifically from the PvP they added. They added different colored variations for the PvP. And I forget the name. Like, after we're done with the fight, I will get the full fashion up for everybody to see. Bro had the one on that nail before it existed. Holy shit, they're fast. Yeah, every cutscene did take a while. I remember that. If I ever get back into 14, get past Realm Reborn, I really want to try Dark Knight class. Oh, it's so much fun. I love it a lot. It is one of my favorite tanks to play. The Bale armor in Wilds made me want to try it out. Yeah. That is actually from the Shadowbringers expansion as well. Okay, so this is what I'm currently wearing. Purgatory Hood of Striking. Virtue Chaos Cuirass. The Gauntlets of the Behemoth King with, I believe, Soot Black dye. Yes, Soot Black, it says. Makai Priest Slops, and Augmented Crypt Lurkers Maiming Legs with Soot Black on as well. And if I ever get armor that lets me show off my stuff, I got the Meteor Survivor Ring, the Wolf Ring, War Wolf Ring of Fending, Wayfarer's Necklace, and Ear Cuff. What's the order of expansions after I finish Realm Reborn? Okay, so it's Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and Dawntrail. Basically, after Realm Reborn, they went, oh shit, in case of emergency, break glass, and it was dragons. Okay, what haven't I played today? We played Sage, we played White Mage. Astro! Let's play some Astro. Damn, so I'm gonna be quite a while before you get Dark Knight. Dark Knight is in Heavensward. So, as soon as you finish that, you get into Ishgard, and you'll be able to unlock Dark Knight at that very moment. Like within, I want to say within the first hour of Heavensward, you'll be able to get at the Dark Knight. The only kind of disappointing part is it's gonna start at level 30, so you gotta farm up some XP on it. It will not be level 50, which you will be at or above by the time you get to Heavensward. Black Knight's moveset is built around using HP for skills. I'm going to be making those healers work overtime. It used to be. It is no longer. When it first came out, it did use some of your HP for some skills. But it's more about working your mana now. You're going to have to do mana management these days. Damn it! I mean, you can always give your healers a heart attack when you need to use Living Dead, the tank invuln, because if they don't heal, if you don't get healed to full, you die. You just drop dead. I would have been a menace to everyone, including my own team. Yeah. But yeah, once you get into Heaven's Ward, you will get access to the Dark Knight, the Astrologian, which I am currently playing, and Machinist. You also get access to. Now that I think about it, Dark Knight class was in the older games, but I can only recall a character who had the class. Yeah, Cecil, I bet, is who you're thinking about. He's basically the poster child for Dark Knights. In previous games, Dark Knight wasn't a tank, to my knowledge. It was a DPS role. So, people were a little upset about it. Yeah, Cecil, yeah. And currently we're playing through the afterlife, effectively. So these are characters we already beat. Can't remember. Love Cecil, yeah. Can't remember. I can never remember if it was 4 or if he was in a different number. I forget as well. I found the evil card. Nice. Cecil had some of the worst luck I've ever seen from an RPG protagonist. Yeah. They really did him dirty sometimes. Watch out for these, because they go back. The cost is X, 1 blue, 1 black. Can you guess name of the effect? Would you like the name of the effect? Yes, yes. I want to hear it. I want to hear this evil card. Name is Mind Grind. Each opponent reveals cards. Each opponent reveals cards. Okay, I'm fine. Oh. From the top of their library until they reveal X. Oh. Hold on. Someone took a shit ton of damage. Hold on. Until they reveal X land cards in their library. X land cards, then... Oh, shit. X land cards. Then they put all cards revealed this way. Oh, there we go. Into their graveyard. X can't be 0. I imagine X for the mana cost means you can make it whatever cost you want. Smile. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Ooh. When people were running with, why is it so blue? Why is the afterlife so blue? If you know how to count how many lands you have on the board, you can potentially mill their entire deck. Oh, God. That is pure evil. Holy shit. A Knight's Memory. And guess what? Oh, God, what? So if you pay 5 for the X cost, opponents have to search for 5 lands. Ooh. God. Yeah, that's a warrior. I just saw their health go from almost nothing to max in a single attack. That's a warrior. That's for sure. It's legally commanded. Oh, no. Oh. I'm so happy that the referee is dirty. I got away with that. I should not have done. I should have got slapped hard for that. I remember the memes of this is the most dangerous boss in the game. Yup. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Commander everyone plays with 100 card decks and you can't have any duplicate copies. Oh. The no duplicates was I was unaware of. Does that count for your land cards? Probably not. You're probably allowed to have as many same name lands as you want. Not the basic lands. Okay. Tartar and Impact. Gotcha, yeah. Can't have dupes of names. Okay. So the special ones you can only have one of. But basic island, basic swamp, plain, whatever, you can have as many of those as necessary. Gotcha. So you can't run all duo colors. Okay. Whee! Like I said, once those Monster Hunter cards come out, it's over for y'all motherfuckers. I'm getting back into Magic. They were delayed because everyone was jumping on them for the for the reskins that they were. Basic lands such as mountain, forest, island, and plains, and swamps don't get affected. Yeah. The cards just suck. Yeah, they did. That's why they got delayed. And I can't wait. And hopefully they do him justice. So, my thing, I can run like 10 mountains if I wanted to. Yes. You need, for Commander, you need a hell of a lot more than that, but yeah, you could. You could run that exactly. What, isn't lands, combined fetch lands and basic, you need, it's suggested to have like 30 cards, something like that? Yeah, 35, 38. Yeah, but the recommended number is 35, 38. Yeah. Imagine you would need more if you're running like running 100 card decks. Yeah. This motherfucker. Oh, that's the way he decided to lift the fucking coin. Oh, you're fighting the petty motherfucker. Yes, I'm fighting the petty motherfucker. Like, I swear, this guy was absolutely... Oh, good. Curtain call. He was absolutely walking down a hallway, everyone praising him and saying, hey, we really like you. Hey, we really like... Hey, you're awesome. And his response was, and they all hated me. Hey, Shiva. Thank you for the ice block. You could have warned me a little bit so you didn't accidentally kill me with it. I still remember the first time I did that. It actively killed me. Because he was over on the other end of existence, I couldn't reach him with my buff. Lovely. He gets to do that, he's ranged, but it still pisses me off every time. Like, motherfucker, I'm trying to give you more damage. Amon, so fucking petty and I love it. Yeah, he's great. Okay, which way are you lifting both of these? If you put commander deck into my hand, into my hands to shuffle it, I'm gonna spill half the deck onto the floor. Yeah. Left. His left. Fuck it. I almost got clipped by that because I was not paying attention. A friend brought up a good point. The reason just wanted to destroy the world is because Fandaniel wanted... Yeah. What do we got? Oh, I got both of those. Sweet. And there we go! Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead first and apply that because I want to see my character's expressions. We are about to see. Amon didn't ask for it, and so he went, fuck y'all. Yeah. Basically. All right, let's finish the relic that we've been working on. The current step, at least. I think there is one final step to come out after 7.5. 7.45 is coming out next week, and we'll get some new content then. But this will be the last of the relic stuff. One final push, eh? Hand over the paste when you're ready. All right, let's see what this Void Sense true form looks like. Hey, you've done yourself proud there. Time to fashion a vessel of bleeding inconceivable perfection. Hoist our Void Sent friend in onto me workbench, would ya? I'll soon get started. Yeah. Paimon thing. Is it? Oh, God. Califisteri, if I remember the name correctly. Weeping City of Mach final boss, or Wiping City of Mach's final boss. Perfection, motherfucker, you ain't Manderville. That's true. Now I'm remembering when I saw people in my high school playing Magic the Gathering in school cafeteria. Yeah. Nice. Just look at that handiwork. Now the bugger's well and truly bonded with the vessel. Venerable Void Sent, prepare to have your rightful form restored and the true extent of your powers unleashed. That fucking thing, when I first was introduced to the raiding scene back in Heaven's Ward, this fucking boss killed so many people. It was no Ozma, but it was a time, because tanks would get the cute idea of, oh, I'll help so the team doesn't have to move, and keep rotating the bitch. I think I remember seeing them tapping their cards. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain was like, why did he put his cards in defense mode? Yeah. It's like, what? Why you do that? Oh. Reunited with my true self at last, and the dreadful fog masking my thoughts has finally dissipated. Brigid. My name is Brigid. Among those who call the Void home, there are none whose command of ether can compete. Well met. Does your command of ether extend to Aetherwells? Well met. "'Tis a delight to be summoned into this world again. I shall do my utmost to fulfill our pact." Now whenever I see Magic players, see game a Yu-Gi-Oh! I love when they basically have the opposite reaction. You are tiny, therefore puntable. Like, if you make your fucking hair grow and start whipping it at me, oh, you're going to meet my boot. I dealt with that before. I'm not dealing with it again. They're like, why is that creature tapped? This vessel is brilliant. This vessel and its brilliant orb brim with power unbridled. Such plenty have I tasted. My reserves are more than sufficient to transform a mortal implement. Quick, Abyss, get the fly swatter! Quick, before she absorbs more shit and starts dashing across the room. This is starting to sound like a bleeding fairy tale. You saying y'all take me hammer and refine it with your magics? Indeed. Now offer your tool unto my orb. Orb. Do you even ponder, bro? Orb. Here it goes. I don't know if you want to have your hand in there. It is complete. Oh, I didn't catch that. That was too fast. Ponder Dees. Ah. Now I'm remembering a Magic the Gathering content creator watching a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where someone played tournament deck, and he was like, "Man, you guys love shuffling the deck after searching." Ponder these. The hammer's been blessed with a void sense ether eaten soul binding prowess. It's a complete rebirth, down to the very essence of the thing. A technique born of the bleeding void. Ancient wisdom triumphs again. Aha! I thirst for praise. More, I say, more. Which is actually something I do find annoying to do. Physical cards, yeah, having to constantly shuffle. Are we sure we summoned a Void Scent and not a Vtuber? I thirst for praise. More, I say. With this beauty in hand, I'll soon have your phantom weapon soar into new heights of potency. We're dealing with a different means of channeling ether, so it's liable to undergo a thorough transformation. Blessed and void sent in the same sentence does not feel right. It really doesn't. But I think everyone would panic if that was a Sin Eater. I'm real glad Master Duel being such a digital being a digital version makes it happen automatically. Yeah. Because the original, I still remember the original theories that, oh, we're gonna sick the Sin Eaters on the 13th to fix it. We're technically doing that. But before we knew what they were named, we were calling them Light Scent, remember? And we were thinking, oh, they interacted with the white mages they interacted with the Amdapori because that statue looks exactly like this thing. I heard Sin Eater went loads machinist gun. I will not go through another Tesleen. Click clack. Of course, we'll need some minerals to get the job done. Once that's taken care of, it'll be time to put me brand new hammer through its paces. Hell yeah. Whenever I mess around with my real-life Blue Eyes deck, I usually shuffle the deck after I play all of my search effects, or right before I play a card that makes me draw from the top. Yeah. My damage is suboptimal, but good lord, will I go on a purge? Yep. Void Scent revitalized. Am I able... Ooh, yay. Am I able... Oh, I can't look at it anymore. No. When did I get these? We started it with Viper, didn't we? Yep. Although I have met my contractual obligations, permit me to linger a while longer. I wish to see what form your weapon takes. Thanks to your gallant efforts, this etheric conversion business was a huge success. Now it's time for our weaponsmith to play his part and get a hammer. And please note, yep. As a Viper. Phantom Reborn. Have unearthed a new ore they're calling Wainin Arcanite. Geralt says he'll need 3 chunks of the stuff for the enhancement process. Unfortunately, y'all have to deal with Irma again. Bring the goods to Dodo Cooley once you've forked over your tombstones. Let me catch up. And I do have one spell in my real life deck that I have 3 copies of to draw 2 cards, which is honestly one of my prime examples of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Tries to balance the card draw effects. Yeah. Alright, let me equip the River's Breath weapons. Okay, Tombstone Exchange. We need waning. Yes. Double check that my dyslexia isn't fucking me, because I am not going to farm 1,000 tomes if I fuck up. Yep. Doing any Void Scent related quests as a Reaper gets awkward at times. It does. It's funny though. Trade In is the draw spell I have in my Blue Eyes deck, and the effect reads: discard 1 level 8 monster, draw 2 cards. Ooh. Managed to procure enough. Waning. After handing it in, yeah. Hand it over. Let's see what our Viper weapon is going to look like. Splendid! Once I finish in this little processing, Geralt will no doubt wish to put his hammer to the test. Here we go! So, when are we going to get that as a blacksmith or an armor smith, huh? Hells, the power emanating from me hammer is like nothing I've ever felt before. Bloody otherworldly is what it is. Time it gets put to good use. The cost being to discard a level 8 monster is actually enough for trade-in to not be used that much, because not every deck has a level 8 monster in the main deck that they could discard for it. True. Fear me. No, I'm topping one of your kin. Do you think I fear your kind? That's great. Blue Eyes was basically one of the only decks I could take advantage of it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Moment of truth. Ooh. I really like the fire effect. There, you'd never guess that it wasn't the weapon's original form. Honestly, if you'd asked me but moments ago, I'd have sworn you couldn't achieve etheric harmony as perfect as this. Behold the frightening power of the void made manifest, the pair of phantom twin fangs obscurum. I believe its spiritual successor, the Galaxy Eyes deck, could also take advantage of it. Yeah. There it is. Still, can't help but feel that this success wasn't earned. Like a void scent snatching the life force from some poor bastard. This power ain't really mine. Brigaded, don't be so quick to downplay your role, artisan. 'Twas you who wielded the hammer with such poise. If Makote Reaper is about to go to bed, he is preparing for the repercussion. Ah! God. That's beautiful. Painful, but beautiful. My Dual Blades brain saw that weapon and was like, gimme, gimme. Hey, archives over here. Oh, trafficking in void scent to bolster your tools. I must say, the methodology sounds familiar. Yeah, this motherfucker lived through the War of the Magi, so he sees this and goes, we're making a sequel. We're back by popular demand. The closest to Dual Blades. The closest to Dual Blade early is Ninja, yeah. Ah, yes. Etheric conversion. A Maki innovation, if I recall correctly. It warms the cockles of my heart to see ancient knowledge brought to the forefront. Ancient knowledge, eh? Is that a note of displeasure I detect? I've got nothing against the old ways. Hells, I'd be the first to vouch for them. But surely my own God's given skills have earned their place in the history books by now. What do you reckon, lad? Who's the fiercest behind the forge? The ancient masters or yours truly? Your talents and their wisdom combined are a force without equal. Thought you might say that. Just so happens I was thinking the exact same thing. I think I got my ninja class somewhere in the 30-35 range before I focused on my paladin. Paladin is so much better than it used to be. It really is. Oh my god, it's so much fun. Hold on, let me log in and check all of my classes again. It's so good. Oh, past wisdom paving the way to future innovation. Most commendable. But enough of ancient knowledge. I am just returned from the shore where I reeled in a veritable monster. I soon set about filleting the behemoth with my newly tempered knife, but with the first incision, the specimen shrank to the size of a normal fish. Intriguing. What could cause such a phenomenon? Remember when Paladin used to have to block mechanic that barely worked? Remember when it didn't really have an AoE and it had to use flash to get fucking threat? I remember having to use flash to get threat. Monk was the class I oh god, flash. Yep. Monk was the class I started with, but I eventually swapped Paladin as my main purely because of the higher health. That's fair. I believe the island's ward bestowed the creature with magical capabilities, allowing it to project a rudimentary glamour. Appearing significantly larger was doubtless advantageous to its survival. Yeah, I remember Flash. I remember having to give Flash to Warrior because I didn't want to fucking deal with the pizza slice. That was overpowered. Used to play Monk and then they took away my positionals. The positionals are still there, just nowhere near to the extent that they used to be. Like, 3 moves have positionals now. Pretty soon the positionals are all going to be gone anyway. Fuck, now it's not letting me log in. Oh no. You might be able to recover. Hey, if you go to... What positionals? I know. I found them fun too. Lodestone. If you go to the Lodestone, you'll be able to get all of your account recovery if that's the problem. But if it's you just haven't paid for it, well then you can. I believe you can go to Lodestone and check out your jobs and classes. Still. Pitlin size aside, I reckon we crack open a bottle of the good stuff and tuck into those fillets while they're fresh. Let's not be hasty. Would you rather feast upon fish when it's in its enlarged state? Of course, we would have to first have to hone my blade and fuse its essence with the ether permeating. Are we really doing this? I'm not gonna lie, I want to experience Old Machinist. Yeah. You there. Could you perform such a feat? Not for such a revolting creature. Revolting. Such brazen disrespect. Just you wait. I shall devise a solution myself. I swear the game keeps finding new ways to fuck me over. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I've settled for a plain old slice of... I would have settled for a plain old slice of fish. Not that I need an excuse for a celebratory swig. Any road, whether it's deadly weapons or rusty old cleavers, you need improving. You know where to find me. But yeah, if you go to Lodestone, you will absolutely be able to do any kind of recovery and such, or just look at your stuff. All right, I'm going to go sleep. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you for coming on out. We're not too far away from ending right now. We're just going to look over the models of the new relics. We got Vipers, of course. But yes, you have a good rest of your night. Take care and happy hunting. Let's take a look at Paladin. Let's save that. There we go. And this is Paladins. I don't remember what my account password is because me playing it on the Xbox usually has it saved whenever I log in. Yeah, you'll have to do a forgot my password thing then. That's really nice though. Ooh. I created this account remarkably when the Xbox version first dropped years ago. Nice. Oh, here's the Warriors. Ooh. Okay. That's nice. That's really nice. Dark Knight. Ooh. That's nice. So your character's hand clipping through that shield. Not quite. Close. Not quite. Probably when it has proper armor on. Hang on. Let's go ahead and display gear. Oh, that is very close to starting to clip. It's not, but it's very close. Okay, the Gunbreaker. Ooh. That looks nice. Might have been the angle being weird. Probably was the angle. Dragoon Lance. That's nice. I do like that. The Reaper Scythe. Reaper having a golden flame on its weapon feels really weird. The monk weapons. Oh, those look good. Those look really good. The katana for the samurai. What's the scabbard? Because that's half of the draw. Scabbard looks all right. But the blade. Ooh. Ninja daggers. They're kukris. They're kukris. Nice. I love that. I love it so much. And then the Viper. That's the one we got. The bow for the Bard. And I'd be honest, bows have struggled to get my attention away from Heavenward's Relic. The anima bow. And it like the competition on that is so fierce. It looks good, but machinist gun. I liked its previous step. Like, for example, its previous step is this. It's a red glowing 4-barrel shotgun. It's like, come on. That's the heck. That's the Kuva heck. Okay, let's see. Dancer weapons. I've never been too fond of the dancer weapons. They're fine, but I love the Kuva heck. Yeah. It's great. Black Mage Staff. It feels mystical. For me, it's a miss. For me, specifically. And now, the Summoner Book. And just like that, it can't beat the Heavensward Relic. Ooh. But the Red Mage one looks really good. Got the password figured out? Hell yeah. Nice. All right, the Pictomancer weapon. It looks good. I'm not that into Pictomancer. White Mage Cane. Oh, I love how the... Just a minute. Put it away. Take it out. Look at how it, like, grows from the staff. That is so cool. I love that a lot. That's cool. Golden one for the Scholar Book. Ooh, they're scales. Oh, I like that. It still gave me the same error server launcher. Huh. That's weird. Is the game undergoing maintenance or something? No, because we wouldn't be able to be in it if there was maintenance going. Huh. Let me see. Server status. Let's see. No, everything's up. Everything looks up, and the lodestone does not look like it's having issues. Huh. The only thing I can think of is do a recovery. Said something about the subscription. Then if your subscription ran out, then I swear if I actually gotta fucking renew it, you might have to renew it. That might actually be a thing. But this looks good. Alright. Last one. Ooh. Oh, those look good. Let me read the message and I'll type it out. Okay. Those look really good. But yeah, that's the relic step done. Put this back in my inventory. 775. And I believe if we're going to compare to see what it'll end as, oh, that's the wrong place. I need to go to solution 9. Ah, okay. Final Fantasy XIV has not yet been registered with this service account, or your subscription hasn't expired. From the feeling I get from that, it's a subscription thing. Like you said, you hadn't, you don't have an active subscription, so that might actually be it. That's weird that the lodestone won't let you in. Okay, these are the Savage weapons. And 795 is what they're at. And they're usually the last weapons that you have, right? So, if these are 775, we have one more step that will kick them to 800 on the horizon. Yeah, that's because you said, yeah, you said you did not have an active subscription, so, but that's weird. That's weird. It shouldn't be doing that. Like, it's the lodestone, for God's sakes. Well, I hope that sorts itself out. I thought I didn't need a subscription for the Xbox version or something like that. You weren't on the free trial, were you? Because if you're on the free trial, you don't need a subscription to like level until like Stormblood. I'm at a loss, to be honest. Oh, was it somehow connected to your whatever the fuck, the free Xbox thing? The Game Pass. Was it connected to the Xbox Game Pass? Because you said that went... didn't you say that you stopped using Game Pass? As if that's the case, then you wouldn't have access to those games that you were playing on Game Pass, so it would have registered 14 connected to Game Pass. I don't know if 14 was in Game Pass. It might have been for the release. Let me check that. It might have been for the release. If that's the case, it had you playing the full title, the full game, when you should have been on the free trial. So that might be what's screwing you up. I have no idea. I am at a complete loss. I hope that you can get that sorted out relatively painlessly, if not fully painlessly. But we are going to be done for tonight. We're going to end it there. Oh, we finally got our relic. We finally know that what the Void Scent looks like. And we can relax a bit from Final Fantasy XIV until new content. Because next week, I remember, because next week we're going to be playing Monster Hunter Stories 2 pretty much all week to make sure that we get it finished before Stories 3 comes out. I remember at one point when I wanted to fully commit to 14, I tried to buy the $40 down trail thing, but the Xbox store screwed me out of my money. Oh. Oof. I don't know then. That sucks. I don't know then. Like I said, I hope it gets sorted out for you quickly and painlessly as possible. Let's go ahead. Find someone to raid. I think I have an idea of who to raid here. If I can find them. Oh. Oh, where are you? You're doing a thing. There you are. We're going to head on over to Sarazura. They are doing a 12-hour birthday stream. So we're going to head on over and wish them a happy birthday. Let's get grade 1 up and running. I think I also did buy the $20 starter edition at a later point. Maybe the version ran out. Maybe. I do not know. But with that said, we're going to head on over and wish Sarazura a happy birthday. I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. I hope the stuff that y'all are dealing with gets sorted out relatively quickly and painlessly so you can enjoy yourselves a bit of Final Fantasy XIV. And tomorrow, we are actually going to be streaming. We are going to be playing Warframe. And until then, take care and happy hunting, Embers!